Okay, Midsummer Scream, day 3. We came in a little bit late, but the goal is we have what's going on. The big thing, Horror Nights, have a mirror panel and the Queen Mary. And then we may do a little bit more shopping. So let's get down there and yeah, let's see what else we can get ourselves into. But it's a wonderful day out in Long Beach. We just parked. We're walking down to the convention center. So let's make our way down there. Okay, so we're in line to do Lion Gate's haunted attraction. It's like this one, I think one more we didn't do so far. So we're gonna try to knock these guys out. It is exactly 12:06. Queen Mary event starts at 2. We're gonna get in line probably like an hour early. Even though we have to go back, it's still gonna take us a while. So we're gonna get in line a little bit early, but yeah, we're gonna knock this guy out. So it looks like they're doing free photos inside the gold bat line. We're gonna try to get one too. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god, my leg. Thanks so much for filming. Thank you. Woo. Made it. Wow, that was cool. That was really cool. I like that they had, no wonder why this line was long, because they had the photo op and that. That was cool. So we're just taking a walk through. Hello. How many are you doing? 2. 2. And then I'll get you guys all together. Right. You gonna film it? Yeah. All right. It's good on camera. Is it? Yeah. All right. Oh, so good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. Here. You see that tall witch? Okay, cool. So we did all of the mazes. They were cool. Really short, but once again, those are more like previews or, you know, like they're bigger mazes and things like that. So it was still fun to just do. I'm on the hunt, trying to see if I can find that the past 2 days I've been looking at this vendor who's had these like really cool, like, I don't even know what you call them, but it had like this Coraline thing. Yeah, multiples of them. I may go and try to see if I can get
That's
one.
only $20.
That's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, they do. Oh. Should I just do it?
If you want, man.
This is what I've been looking at. I don't know. Still just making our way through everything. Oh, that's cool. We made it in. We're inside the second row. So we've been having a lot of luck of actually getting good seats.
Your camera or streaming device remain at or below shoulder level, not blocking the view of anyone behind you. Thank you for your cooperation and for being considerate of those around you. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Midsummer Scream. Last fall, a legend returned to the shores of Long Beach. Dense fog rolled across the harbor as a massive ghost ship glided silently through the murky waters of the port, coming to rest not too far from here. The vessel was home. This year, Queen Mary's Dark Harbor is back with a vengeance as 13th Floor Entertainment Group unleashes even more nightmarish fun this Halloween season. Here to tell you all about it are members of the 13th Floor and Dark Harbor team. Please welcome to the stage, production manager at 13th Floor Entertainment Group, Doug Bailey. Director of Special Projects at 13th Floor Entertainment Group, Brett Bertolino. Senior Regional Manager at 13th Floor Entertainment Group, Amy Holloman. General Manager at Queen Mary's Dark Harbor, Star Romano. And CEO and founding partner of 13th Floor Entertainment Group, Chris Stafford.
Awesome. Welcome to the Dark Harbor 2025 Midsummer Scream panel. As you all know, Dark Harbor is back. What did you think of last year's show? We are so excited to tell you what we have in store for you this year. But first I want to start off by just thanking all of our fans for coming out.
So last year marked the unforgettable return of the iconic Dark Harbor. We were completely overwhelmed and thankful all of the support that the community showed us as we embarked upon this journey, no pun intended, of bringing this incredible event back. I think it was a year ago we stood on the stage and we talked to you guys about how we really wanted to honor the past and the legacy of Dark Harbor.
Sounds like a good idea, Chris.
Is this not Midsummer? Is this not Dark Harbor? Are you ready? Now make some noises for some of your favorite mazes from last year. Where are we looking at? Make some noise for thieves! Make some noise for lullaby! Oh my God, got one of my favorites. Make some noise for Breakout! Infirmary! Make some noise! One time, who's a fan of clowns? Who's a fan of clowns? Make some noise for Big Dog! We are Dark Harbor 2025, and we've got so much ghoulish treats for you all.
So, Star, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we have in store for the Village site?
That's right. The Village Takedown had a bigger purpose. It was for the expansion of Shipyard. The entry experience was inspired by the past with a few elements of the future. The Shipyard is moving to where the Village once was, with programmed shows all night long for you.
So last year, you were in the Shipyard, which was our main stage. This is where we had a few shows, as well as an awesome DJ provided by Lovecraft, DJ Katrina. And this year we want to bring some more shows onto that stage. You'll hear the ship's whistle sound. And when that goes off, a video starts that displays a little bit about the history of the maiden voyage of the actual Queen, where they hit the champagne and the first time she ever took sail. Well, when this maiden voyage kicks off at Dark Harbor, we also start to bring out our icons, and you learn more about the stories that you will step into those mazes that night. This was a big hit last year. And at the end of the maiden voyage, which I do think is a perfect show starter, the captain opens the gates, and then many monsters run out into the crowd, scaring people on ground level. So this year, this will take place again in the Shipyard at 8:08.
But it's a guided tour for about 12 people. We're going to take you to the front of every single maze without waiting in any lines. We're going to tell you a little bit about how we put the event together, a little bit of Easter eggs of different mazes. And then we're also going to take you to some exclusive spaces, incorporate you into some of the scenes in the mazes, and give you some really special experiences. So that's our brand new RIP tour. You can look for that online. There will be additional details coming soon.
Brad, you're on speakerphone.
I'm on speakerphone, aren't I?
Yeah, you said it.
Fine. So, I'm summoning the sea. Well, to be honest, I'm currently all at sea, both physically and mentally, no idea what I'm doing or where I am. I'm actually starting to believe that this was all Rick West's doing. Sending the Admiral on a wild goose chase that just happened to be the same week as Midsummer Scream. Coincidence? I think not.
I don't think so, Brad. That's definitely
Indeed,
not.
I will. But you know what?
Always an
I think I want to do something grand, something akin to a military parade on my birthday.
All right, let's hear it.
But I'm dead, so I don't get birthdays. So I'm thinking an Admiral Appreciation Week. Yes? I mean, wait, before you poo-poo my idea, think about it. We can have photo ops, some pop-up military formation drills, maybe name an alcoholic beverage after me. Of course, I will want final approval of said cocktail, so if you could just send me some samples, that would be great. You know what? Just send me the alcohol, I'll make my own drinks. It reminds me of way back in the day when the voodoo priestess and I were drinking tales about time.
Okay, Brad, okay, Admiral.
Where all the dead people go. Oh, we had some laughs, some fun times.
Good, thank you.
Thanks, Admiral. Guess what? You're gonna get your Maze Appreciation, and I'll give that to you, okay? You got it.
So that means that the Admiral, who last year was promoted from captain, recruited the captain we just saw.
There will be a shorter version, which will be a 10-minute game, and eventually opened up to a 1-hour game. And this will be the first one that is going into the Queen Mary. And if you were there last year, which I'm assuming most of you were, it will be right across from the summoning. What is the bar?
Spirits of Dark Harbor.
Spirits of Dark Harbor. It's usually because I'm there at the bar and don't remember what it's called. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on with the escape game.
And if you weren't there last year, that means this escape room is on the ship.
That's right, it is on the ship.
Which is really cool. So, inspired by the ship's history and some of the paranormal stories surrounding.
I didn't want to give too much of it away.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But yes, it is a paranormal story. It is based around the ship. That is all I can give you, I swear.
Did you guys catch those Easter eggs in that feast maze?
It seemed like some people may have picked up that, well, I won't say it yet, but this may be the final feast that you will have. We read some surveys last year. The surveys, we read surveys, we read social media comments, we read the things that you say, you tell us as you're leaving and high-fiving and say it was awesome, or if you say there's something we can do better. We're always making improvements to the show. We know you love the maze's storylines. We know you love the icons, but we heard that you want it to be scarier. You want more startles, you want to scream more. So, of course, we rely a lot on our actors who kill. Are there any Dark Harbor actors in the room? Of course, they're gonna get lots of startles, but we're working with our team in-house to build more effects that will also scare you, so the actors can take a breath here or there. So this is something we built, and we installed a few of those things into Feast. Now, of course, you didn't see them all because it was very dark during Butcher's Blackout, as it's a lights out show. But here you can see our technical scenic teams, build crew, and Star, are installing something new into the dining hall scene of Feast. Who remembers the dining hall scene? Years ago, this is where the passengers got sick and there was like puke all over the table. Remember that puke? Yeah. I knew it, I knew someone would. We've redone this scene for this year. Doug, tell us a little bit about what we built here.
A table with stuff that's happening. So, this is, the reason that we're bringing this up is that this is kind of one of the fun things I get to do with my job.
For Star, there were a few Easter eggs in Butcher's Blackout. If you were there, you probably know that this is the final season of Feast.
That's right.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we have in store for the fans in Feast this year, Star?
Thanks, Brett. So, like Brett said, 2025, the Feast story picks off right where the 2024 story left off. The Butcher has just been promoted and cannibal chaos immediately ensues. This maze might be the last year we see the Feast maze, but we did not lack when it comes to intensifying this maze. There's more gore, there's cannibal chaos, there's a freezer you walk into, there's new light fixtures and projections, so we're really excited about this one.
Might even be a speakeasy?
Could be, could be.
We weren't supposed to say that. So, Feast, the final cut. Come see it this fall.
All right, so let's talk about Lullaby.
Lullaby is a fan favorite. And of course, give it up for Scary Mary! So Lullaby, the storyline of Lullaby. You enter the ship, you walk over the gangway into the ship, and a lifeguard abruptly approaches you and tells you, "We're looking for her, we can't find her anywhere. Little girl, she was in a pool. I don't know what to do." He pops her behind a curtain. "Here's Daddy!" And then you go, all of a sudden find yourself standing 6 fathoms above nothing on a bridge that, yes, bam, that bridge drops out from under you. And then Marys are coming from everywhere, skipping on the sides of the wall, crawling on the ceiling. There's so many Marys in this maze. Hopefully you finally make it to the bottom of the pool, where tragedy has occurred. But lucky for us horror fans, this demonic possession will keep Mary alive with us forever. We're very excited to bring back
reveal it inside the maze, which is why Graceful Gale doesn't appear in the logo, and last year she didn't appear in the promo video. But we actually did true cuts of that promo video because we weren't sure what we were going to decide. So today we want to show you for the first time ever the cut of that video that we didn't show you that does show the love story between these two icons.
Give it up for Dr. Edward Masters and Graceful Gale!
Dr. Edwin, I have a couple questions for you. I hear you've made some new discoveries in your medical research. Care to share what you've been experimenting with lately?
Thank you for asking. Graceful Gale and I have been expanding on my research in the infirmary aboard the Queen Mary. The results have been breathtaking. Are we friends?
Sure.
Are we friends?
Yes, Doctor, we're all friends.
I feel comfortable enough to show you my true self. Body modification has been a point of pride in my research. Take me, for example. I've replaced my lower jaw. The result? A bite more powerful than any modern man. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. Soon the entire world will know the name Dr. Edwin Master. Pardon me, dear. I appear to be getting carried away again. Inquisitive minds may find us in the infirmary. Please, bring your insurance information.
Thank you so much, Dr. Edwin. I'm out of here.
My understanding is...
Distinguished planet, beautiful audience. The Admiral put me on the mission, and I am pleased to inform you that my royal guard has captured Samuel the Savage once again. Yes, but to keep him contained, we needed to keep him in confinement, isolation, maximum security.
All right. So Breakout's coming back in a new iteration called Maximum Security.
So there you have it. Those are the 5 mazes for Dark Harbor 2025.
Hold up.
Yes?
5 mazes.
5 great mazes, Captain.
Just 5. Do you want one more? Wait, he said 5, but I'm hearing you want 6. Do you want one more, huh? Oh, we have to give the people what they want.
Yes, sir.
Let me hear you. One more maze. One more maze. One more maze. One more maze.
world told us there's nothing like this. This space just had this haunting energy. Voodoo has been part of Dark Harbor for a long time. The stories come in many iterations, but the origins of the voodoo priestess is a muddy story. Muddy as the dark waters that surround Queen Mary in the fall. She once saw the ship pass her from
Dark Harbor Season Pass. So we're really excited to have you join us. Many nights, you know, the show is different every single night. And one other surprise, there are 13 lucky people inside this room right now that are going to be our first ever season pass holders for Dark Harbor. So take a look under your chairs and see if you have a season pass voucher.
Look under your chairs, that's right. This is an Oprah moment.
You get a voucher. You get a pass. You get a pass. You get a pass.
All right, one more very important announcement. The only place in the entire universe you can buy Dark Harbor tickets immediately is by scanning this QR code right now. This is a Midsummer Scream exclusive special. This ticket window will not be open for long. So, scan this QR code. This is not available to the general public. So, this is where you can buy Dark Harbor tickets immediately right now. All right, everybody, we want to thank you for coming out to learn about Dark Harbor this year. And this is your Queen Mary's Dark Harbor Midsummer Scream panel. Thank you, everybody. Let's see you on the wall.
So we just got done doing the Dark Harbor panel. That was great. So they announced a new maze, Voodoo. They also announced season passes. Feast is going to be its last year. But they did some upgrades to Feast. They also showed off for the Surgeon, a little bit more stuff with him. Don't know what's going on over there, but pretty much now we're waiting for Horror Nights. It's like, this is like the line for the Conjuring experience. The way over there is where the big ballroom's going to be at. So we're just going to kind of walk over there, see what's up. Something else was happening, so we're waiting for that to clear out. But these lines are really long. For reference, we got in line, I want to say, like an hour before the Dark Harbor event, and it's about 2 hours now for Horror Nights. So we'll see if they're even lining up yet. Okay, so it's literally like 2 hours beforehand, and this is for Gold Bats. That just went in, and they're just still funneling us through. Holy hell. Well, this is at least better than...
Okay,
this is where we're at.
left-hand side. Take one big step forward. There we go.
After waiting for close to 2 hours, finally moving. Little bit of space. Okay, now we're walking in. Okay, babe, you can go wherever you want to go. I'm gonna follow you. Where we going? This out. There's just less people. And we're like literally like the second row. It's great. I can't believe we got these seats. I'm excited.
Enjoy the show. Please welcome to the stage the founders and executive team of Midsummer Scream. Executive Director David Markland. Producer Claire Dunlap. And Creative Director Rick West.
thank you so much, but really who needs the applause is all the haunters that built stuff in the Hall of Shadows, the 350 plus vendors, all the celebrities who came out to meet you, our over 100 white bat, our volunteer, our whole staff. So if you can, please give a big shout and applause for our white bat crew. We make this so possible. Thank you for coming. Oh yeah, a week earlier. So we look forward to seeing you next August here back at the Long Beach Convention Center. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, look at this village. Yay. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for all your support.
I need Ireland to hear you. Are you ready for Universal? Thank you, Midsummer Scream.
Welcome to Midsummer Scream. Two of the most famous haunt events in the world take place on opposite sides of the U.S., but are bound by 3 letters. H-H-N. While both events share multiple IPs from year to year, they are both unique in their own right, earning them undying coast-to-coast love and admiration from their fans. And just as unique as each event is, so are the visionary creatives behind their production. One of them has come from the heart of Central Florida, and the other has crossed the ocean from his home in Ireland to be with you here this afternoon. Please, welcome to the stage, Universal's own Titans of Terror. Creative Director and Executive Producer of Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, John Murdy. And Senior Director of Entertainment and Creative Development at Universal Orlando Resort, Michael Aiello. Midsummer Scream, welcome John Murdy and Michael Aiello.
That's his name. What's your name? How you guys doing? Let's get this thing going. Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Let's hear it. West Coast and East Coast. How many of you guys, show of hands, how many of you guys are gonna make the trip to both coasts this year? Right on. All right. I'm John Murdy. I'm creative director, executive producer of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. I am Mike Aiello, senior director of creative development for Universal Orlando Resort. Thank you. Thank you. We love our jobs. Thank you. No, seriously, I started doing this as a 10-year-old kid in my parents' garage, and to get to do this for all of you guys every year for the last 20 years, that's just something I couldn't have imagined when I was a kid. So thank you so much for all your support over the years, supporting Horror Nights on both coasts. 100%, and thank you. I'm so excited to be here on the West Coast with you all. I loved walking the floor, seeing all the sights here. This is an amazing convention, absolutely amazing. I think last time I was here was 2019? Yeah, it's been a few. Yeah, so I am thrilled to be with you all today, and thank you for welcoming me.
this mean? What is this?
Oh, this is how this goes. Yeah. You know how this goes, right? By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Damn. You got anything?
Nope.
Or hold that thought. Okay? We'll get to that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. It's going well.
You guys do anything?
Live the horror you love to watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
You guys liking the lineup for 2025? I think this is our best lineup since 2016, honestly. And we can't wait for you guys to experience it. In when first Terrifier film came out, we've been keeping an eye on this franchise. And I don't know for you, Mike, but for me, like, I judge it by the t-shirts that that people wear to like events like Midsummer Scream, but also, of course, Halloween Horror Nights. And I noticed after the first Terrifier came out, I was like, oh, cool. What's that? You know, I was checking out people wearing Art the Clown t-shirts. And then when the second movie came out, there's a lot more of you. And then last Halloween, I was like, oh yeah, this is the time. And the same thing's true of Five Nights at Freddy's. For years, our fans have been asking for this franchise. So honestly, we always want to have properties that appeal to the hardcore horror fan that loves slasher movies. That's why Jason Universe is a perfect fit for us. But we've started getting into video games. Way back in the day, Silent Hill in Hollywood. You guys did Resident Evil, right?
Resident Evil, yes.
And then a couple years ago, we joined forces on The Last of Us.
Sure did.
And so this year, we wanted to bring Fallout to life. Are you guys excited about that? I was just in there last week with the creators of the show, and it's still like we're just getting into props and dressing. That's going to start rolling through this week. But just to step into the vault, are you guys excited to step into the vault? It's amazing. It's some of the craziest stuff we've ever had to do, but it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, well, and it checks all the boxes that we need for what we feel will be a great haunted house. It has diversity environments. You've got the fallout shelters. You've got the wasteland. Diversity in characters. We just installed the T60s into the house just this week. And I said T60s.
Ours are in the mail. Ours are coming. We're waiting. Funny story. So we wanted to film some stuff with the director, kind of like viral, it was before viral videos, really, in 2006. We wanted to shoot something from the tram POV, so I put a camera crew on the tram, and I got a good friend of mine who was the lead singer in a band at the time called the Graveyard Farmers, and I said, hey, just, over by kind of like the Bates Motel, this kind of wilderness area, the back lot, I'm like, hey, just when the tram goes by, just come walking out of the woods, dragging a body. But I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. Don't recommend that. And we also featured Jack the Clown. He was the icon in 2007.
Bit of trivia, by the way, on the director. His name changed when he came to Hollywood.
It did.
It did. He was Paulo in Orlando, and he was Pavel.
I was a little kid. I first came to Universal in 1972 with my family, and Frankenstein Jr. was the icon of Universal Studios Hollywood and a gorilla holding a camera.
I see new icon.
Think of the possibilities. And so he just kind of hung around the front main gate of the park, kind of like those people that hang out in front of Groman's Chinese Theater, trying to charge people for autographs. And this went on through the 70s and into the early 90s. But then he started getting all sketchy. And eventually security asked him to leave the property in 1993, but he didn't leave. He just went up into the hills that surround the Universal backlot, and he's been living there ever since. In 1998, people started noticing him on the studio tour and started taking pictures of him just wandering around the backlot next to the Psycho House. And, at that time, the internet started coming alive, and they started filming all these videos of Harry sightings, and they gave him this name. They gave him the name Hollywood Harry, and he was born in 2016. He hasn't been back for a while. Should he come back? Yeah! Should Jack the Clown come back? Yeah! I'll file that away. All right, Mike, you take this question.
All right, how did you and me format the storyline for the Wyatt Six Haunted House attractions to build Orlando and Hollywood to be all in Bray Wyatt's mind in terms of his split personality disorder and characters of the Fiend? And was there any creative input from the, in real life, Wyatt Six faction? From @Skywalker Brian? Yes. So I am so excited that we're doing this year. And I know when it was first released, there was a division. It was like, huh? Like, there were a lot of people who were like, what? Wrestling? Are you kidding? And I'm saying, no, I'm not kidding. At all. What was that?
She wants me to body slam you.
Oh! You're ruining the end of the panel. He's gonna throw me through 6 tables. Now, this relationship really started. I actually knew Bray Wyndham. We exchanged messages. He went to Horror Nights in Orlando all the time, and we exchanged a lot of messages. Talked a couple times, and we talked about the possibility of something like this.
I've been trying to film this. It's not easy. I feel for you. I do. You guys are riding the studio tour, and you're trying to get that picture, and all you could see was the roof. And people were like, it's Creature of the Black Lagoon. It's, and I'm like tweeting them back, no, it's Gilligan's Island. But for me, I wanted to think about it like, if I was going to make a horror movie out of the Wyatt Six, how would I go about that? And I thought about the Wyatt compound, which was featured kind of more prominently in the Wyatt family days. And I thought, like, I want that to be the entrance into our experience. And in a lot of ways, this is like an original haunted house. And it was so cool when we met with Rob Fee from WWE, when you and I and our team, we did this big brainstorming session with him. What I loved that Rob kept saying is like, you guys are the experts. My treatments tend to average about 100 pages per house. So like by the time we're done with Horror Nights, I will have written the equivalent of War and Peace every year.
And for Orlando, the content's the same. Sorry, I redacted a ton of stuff on this page. Sorry.
Oh, I had a joke, but I can't say it. Go ahead.
This is actually for...
And it's not just like that it's cool, but it's the most supportive, it's the most inclusive, it's just like all of us collectively, we found our place, And so when we think of our event as creating that place for you guys, that once a year you get this time of year where you get to be with all your friends and all the people, that you love in this community, you get to experience it together. Just one thing I'll say about this particular question, like over 10 years ago, and this happens to me all the time, I had like a dad walk up to me and he's like, hey, my son's really into like your event, he's kind of obsessed with it. And I thought it was like a fad and it would pass, but he wants to do this when he grows up. I don't know what to tell him. Can you give him some advice? And I did, and I've stayed in touch with that family all these years. And this year, that same kid, who was a little kid who came to Horror Nights, just finished his first internship for us, working on Horror Nights. So it's kind of amazing to see all of that come full circle. So.
Haunted house is based on Yetis. We love them. I've never been scared more in my life than in our Yeti houses because they're crazy. Those characters are nuts in there. I love them.
All right. What makes Terrifier a perfect candidate for this year's Horror Nights at Horror Nights and Horror Nights Orlando from just Just Warren 26608. You know, we could answer that question for you. Or we could ask the guys who made the movies. All right, let's bring to the stage Damian Leone, the writer, director, producer of Terrifier, and the producer Phil Valconi.
What's up, everybody? We love you back. Wow. So what was that? What makes Terrifier a good candidate for HHN?
Yes. Why do you think Terrifier is a good candidate for HHN?
Art the Clown. He's a fun, sick, sadistic, twisted son of a bitch. I think it's, even for me, I mean, this is sort of the first time I'm like in your shoes and I get to go in this house and be chased and taunted by my own character, you know? Like, that's really exciting, actually, because on set, we don't have that relationship.
It's a different fear. You know, it'd be funny if we gave him real weapons for when you come through.
What better way to go out, right?
How about you, Phil? Why do you think Terrifier belongs at Horror Nights?
I don't know, I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, but I'm excited to be at both of them. I'm going to be in California and in Orlando, check them both out. As Damien has mentioned, we are on the other side of the camera, so we don't get to see it this time. We're going to live it, and I already told them I want to experience it, and I've never done a horror house.
He said, no.
Oh boy.
He said, I hope I don't shit my pants in there.
Seen this because you've retweeted it, but like, people ride the studio tour at our park all the time just so they can try to get a picture of this facade. So, you know, when we were talking, Mike and I, we really gravitated towards, let's have the funhouse be not only the facade for the experience, but let's try to like take all of the great kills from the franchise and bring them to the funhouse, even if it didn't take place in the movie. Scrub grass and the dried plants and all of that stuff. But that's the Terrifier facade. And just to highlight a couple of things, when you're waiting out front, it's going to be the Terrifier theme music, and then you're going to hear like a radio. And I'm talking about Hollywood. You're going to hear the radio station kind of changing channels, static. Hear a little blip of, you know, the Clown Cafe theme song, and then it's gonna land on a news report, and it's gonna say, police are on the lookout for a tall, thin man wearing a black and white clown costume and carrying a large garbage bag. And while this news report is going on, there's two doors. The clown head door is the door you're gonna be going through, but Art is gonna appear standing behind that door, and then he's gonna open the gate, and then he's gonna come out. And I gave him another gate in the fence, so he can get real up close and personal with all of you. And Mike?
Ditto. Here's a scenic elevation of the facade in Orlando. We made one minor alteration to really sell that Art has taken it over. We painted over the clown that looks a lot like Jack the Clown and made it Art instead. So you can really, when you go into the house, you really get a sense that this is Art's world. He's now taken this funhouse completely over. And then I think the next slide is the facade. There it is. That's it. One cool additive in the doorway that you're not going through, there on the right-hand side, that's a media wall that's going to give you a glimpse of several of the Terrifier characters.
A film called Terrifier, which is also in Old Halsey, and that's when I said, all right, I'm going to really turn him into a slasher now and see, you know, what this guy's really about. And then that's when I sort of realized that there was something special. I didn't imagine it would turn into this, but I said, this character has something. There's a charisma there. There's something special, and I need to keep going. I need to get this character into a feature somehow. So that 20-minute short film Terrifier was sort of the proof of concept, a calling card. And it took years to try and convince somebody to give me money to turn that into Terrifier the feature until I met this guy right here, the only person who believed in me to give me the money to do it.
Give it up for Phil. Producers need love, you know?
But You both have done something that many have tried over the last few decades.
How did you guys find David? Was it like, did he just come to an audition, or was it?
Well, we were looking for a new Dave, a new Art. Now we're looking for a new Dave. No. We were looking for a new Art, and the person we had that we did the teaser with, he couldn't deal with the lenses.
Yeah, most people don't know that. Before we hired Dave, we had another actor. We shot a teaser for it, and this was after Mike Gianelli, because Mike Gianelli was the original Art the Clown in the short films and All Hallows Eve, but then he just didn't want to act anymore, so I had to replace him. And there was someone else that I'd been working with, and I was like, I think this guy could do a good job playing Art. And we filmed this teaser, but he has these like really bright, striking blue eyes, and I said, that doesn't work with this character. You need to wear these black lenses, and we put the lenses in for the teaser, but they irritated his eyes so much, and he was like, I don't really want to keep go on playing this character wearing these lenses. I was like, okay, so we got to start again. And I said, let's hold an audition. We put it online, and then we rented an office in Manhattan, and we had people come in. And David, I've said this many times, David was like the sixth person to come into the room, and as soon as I saw him physically, I was like, this is the guy. I'm like, please let this guy not just, be a raving lunatic or something. I'm like, yeah, I'll take, he doesn't have to do anything. He just looks so perfect, and especially I was looking for somebody thinner now, because the way I sculpted Art's face, he's sculpted to look kind of like a zombie. So I was like, he's gonna be great. And then Dave didn't have any size or anything. He just knew he was coming in for a killer clown role. And he said, well, what do I do? And I said, I don't have any lines. I said, no lines. I said, I just need to see you decapitate somebody, and you're having a very fun time doing it. You do it very gleefully. And then you can see his audition online. He's like, okay. And then he just flips this switch, and he goes into almost like what you see as Art the Clown right now. It's almost identical. Yeah, and fantastic. I knew right then that it was gonna surpass.
He's been doing these illustrations for years. You guys know his work. He's been doing it for years and years and years. These are just some of the iterations of Art the Clown you're going to experience in the house in Hollywood. We have our classic bloody Art. We have Art after he's scalped the woman and is wearing the hair. We have poopy Art. And of course, Santa Art. And then this is kind of a combination of Orlando and Hollywood. But Mike, did you have anything on that?
No, I was just going to say, it really is about the multiple ways we need to bring this character to life for a house that has to run, the number of nights it has to run. Yeah. You've got prosthetic versions, you've got mask versions. You're seeing two on the sides there, two new iterations of the character that our team's created with Damien's guidance.
Can you explain, like, the character of Vicky, like where that came from? She's evolved.
She has evolved, yes. It was, again, taking traditional tropes and then seeing if I can do something interesting or spin it in a new direction. And I don't think I'd ever really seen a final girl go through this transition where she's the supposed final girl in the original, but then she turns into a victim, and then she turns into a villain. So it's been one of the most fun arcs through the entire franchise, and especially to just watch Samantha find this character and become more and more evil and sadistic as this goes, and see how much she enjoys that element. And this was like a really challenging makeup that also evolved through the course of the movies. It was very crude originally. It was totally different materials, and then by the time we got to Terrifier 2, I resculpted.
Yeah, we haven't figured out the vision thing yet. We're gonna have to figure that out. I'm looking at it going, okay, where is she looking through? Vision isn't important.
Just feel around.
And then there's the little pale girl. How did this character come to be in the second movie?
I wanted a character to embody the evil that resurrects the boogeyman, which is something you don't typically see in these movies, right? It's just the boogeyman trope. They come back from the dead, and you don't really know why, but what's bringing them back, what force or what. So I thought this would be the reason why it's this little creepy girl is actually based on this old short Fellini film from an Edgar Allan Poe anthology movie called Spirits of the Dead. And there's this little devil pale girl in it, and then I started seeing all girls started to dress up as Art and do their variations.
We have a scene called Dolly Molly, And when you come in, it's the sequence in the film where I think they're dental tools that are like sitting on and she's just ripped all the flesh off her face. And as you come into the scene, it's an animated effect where there's a little sensor you're going to trip, and then she does a 180. Her head turns 180 to look at you.
In Orlando, we've got live performers that are going to play Little Pale Girl, in both versions. You're going to see her in the flesh in the house, Sienna Shaw, and it is just an awesome costume. They did such an amazing job replicating it.
I already feel bad for this performer backstage. Because, sorry, it's a visual. They're going to be like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. But you have to have the wings.
I hope you have a lot of duct tape handy.
Let's talk about what makes Terrifier Terrifier, the kills. And I was really interested, like, when we first announced this, I was getting all these questions like, Terrifier 1. What sick person thought up this particular kill?
I wanted to see something I hadn't seen in a movie before.
I hadn't seen that. Can't unsee it now. That was the entire idea, was just I want to do something I've never seen in a movie before?
Yeah, and it was, obviously me and Phil did the makeup effects in part 1, so that was like, that was something cool that I had in my pocket, was knowing how to do these effects and not, having to worry about a ratings board or anything. We were so under the radar, we could do anything. And I said, this movie, at that point, no following really whatsoever, except, there was a nice group of people who really enjoyed All Hallows Eve. But, for the most part, nobody knew what this movie was or who this character was. And I said, if people are going to watch, why are they going to watch this movie when they can watch, $20 million?
Should I think about what I'm wearing? Should I bring a poncho? Should I, And I'm just not going to answer it. I'm sorry. We just come, check it out, and what happens, happens.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
So, in this scene, we also have 2 little kids on a teeter-totter animated effect going up and down with their heads cut off. Because why not? And here they are. We even did a drawing for it. And then we've got a table saw, and Art is just gonna...
So, we mentioned before about not only want to feature the kills, but we also want to surround you in the kills. So, because this is Art's Funhouse, we created a corridor in Orlando that, on the ceiling, you can see here, are all the hacksaws moving above your head and sawing bodies in half as you're walking through this corridor, with blood spraying all around you as you're going through. So, and this is a trend in most of this house about how do we take that kill and then how do we physically affect the guest with it. And this is one of the reasons, or ways that we're doing that.
I don't know, looking at these pictures, I think I need Depends when I go through them.
We can hook you up, Phil, it's all right. We'll give you universal branded Depends, how about that?
I'm gonna hold you to that.
I think I just got a new sponsor.
Merchandise right now is going, wait a second.
Tuesday night, and I went to, on the website of my local cinema, and, it was like, I don't know, like a 9 o'clock show or something, and I looked at it and I'm like, there's one seat left on a Tuesday night in, the northwest, corner of Ireland. I'm like, really? And so I bought that ticket. Only 2 people walked out, and everybody else hung for the whole thing. But when I watched Terrifier 3, the mall Santa scene, I knew we had to do something with that. So, okay, again, inspiration for that. Did you always want to massacre? Smelled bad. If you thought The Exorcist Believer smelled bad, if you thought the bathroom scene in Insidious with the kid puking smelled bad, these guys, they did the work for us. They're in the first Terrifier movie, there's that scene in the pizza parlor. I don't know if you would care to explain to our audience the inspiration.
Explain yourself.
Yes, explain what Art did in the bathroom.
I never saw a slasher take a shit before, so I was like, how do I make my guy different? And it just became a running theme, though, through the motif, so to speak, through the movies.
I do have a very specific question, because I've been trying to figure this out. Going through the funhouse scene, we thought, well, funhouse, we should have a food place, and then, there's always a place you can grab a bite, and then, there's got to be a bathroom, so it was a kind of a natural flow for us to go to the bathroom. So while you're in the bathroom, we thought it would be fun to have like little Easter eggs in the stalls. The music will be playing The Kid with the Art Krispies cereal. That's going to be in there. And then there's that weird, I don't know if it's a hat box or what the hell that is, with the heart in it and all of the maggots and stuff. And we
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it is.
Is it? Right on.
For lack of what we don't know.
So that's in there too, but that's a little, people like to touch stuff in Horror Nights. Okay, I'm gonna do my warning for Hollywood, and Mike's gonna do his warning for Orlando. Don't go out the chicken exit. Okay. You might encounter a chicken exit in the house, and it'll look just like that. Look for that chicken, or actually, I think that's a rooster. It's a rooster chicken exit. You might end up backstage if you go out the chicken exit. And you might encounter some things you're not supposed to encounter. So if you see the chicken exit, at your own risk, okay? And it's a little surprise for you guys, okay? So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
In Orlando, I think we've gone on record saying this is going to be the wettest house we've ever produced in the history of the event, and we're not lying. We're giving you two paths in Orlando. You can make a choice. You can go to the left-hand side, which is our dry path, if you choose. I agree. Boo to that. See, why would you want to have less of an experience? Or you can go right, and you're going to go into what we're calling our Symphony of Blood. In this picture you're seeing, this is our finale. What you're not seeing is Art on a second level. Underneath him is a blood waterfall.
I'm hearkening back to the beginning of this panel when we said, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Do you want some? You've been through all the announcements at this point. It surely couldn't be anything else we could possibly announce. With this slate, it's so stacked. What else could we possibly do for you people? Well, okay, I'm gonna stand up for this. So, Where's Waldo, right? I always thought it would be fun to do Where's Waldo like in a theme park. Except instead of Waldo, it's Art the Clown. So as you're traversing, if I may use that word.
You just did.
I did. As you're traversing the theme park, Art the Clown is out there, okay? I'm not gonna tell you where he is. You might be in a store. Yeah, you might be in a store, and you might turn around and he might be right behind you. You could go down, to the Universal Plaza and plop down and go, hey, it's time for a drink or it's time for some food, and look across from you and there's somebody just mad dogging you, right? You could go down the Starway down to the lower lot of the park. He might be down there too. He could be anywhere. So I'm just telling you. Like, you're gonna go in there and get your lovely buffet dinner, and yeah, that's not safe either, just so you know, okay? More to come. All right, it is audience participation time. When you came in today, I believe they gave you all an Art the Clown mask. You guys got it? We're gonna do a selfie, okay? So I'm gonna put this down so I don't break anything. We're gonna bring the lights up. Everybody hold the Art the Clown in front of your face, okay? Do we have up here? Somebody's bringing them out. Oh. All right, Phil, that's for you. Damien, that's for you. Arch, you don't get one because you already have the face. So we're gonna turn around, face the audience. Put them on. Everybody. All of you, now! Oh, wow, that worked. I'm gonna yell more often. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Damian Leone, Phil Falcone, Art the Clown. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us today. We greatly appreciate it. We got one. We're not totally done. If you leave, you're not going to get a prize. Okay? We're not done. Well, you guys, if you want, we're going to give away some tickets. You want to hang out? Cool. Okay. Right there.
He's the first hand I saw.
Okay, what is it? What is it? Nope. Next one.
I got to pick again?
What is the county in New York? Mike, pick one.
Right there.
Miles County.
Miles County.
And the answer is, wait for it, Miles County, New York. All right. So Mario there is going to hook you up. He's going to take care of you, and they'll tell you how to get in touch with us. For everybody who came today, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for being a part of Halloween Horror Nights. We'll see you in the fog. Thank you.
Okay, that was great. We just got out of Midsummer Scream. That panel was wonderful. There was a lot of new or just more in-depth stuff they talked about with Art the Clown, Terrifier. The creator was there, which was great. What's his name again? What? Damian Leone. Hang on. Oh, yeah, we're down this way. Damn, that's really loud. Still here. Damian Leone was there. That was great. We had great seats. We got a chance to like actually like see them with our own eyes. I'm excited for this maze. This was a great Midsummer Scream. Can't wait to come back next year. Overall, what a great time. And now we're back at the car.